My name is Jim Bassett. I have a hot rod shop called Bones Fab in Camarillo, California. Behind me is the 1964 Ford Galaxie we built for a customer. You could say I've kind of been born into this stuff. I was actually brought home from the hospital in a 1929 Model A pickup that I still have up on my shelf that I got put together one year. So to say it's in my genes is probably an understatement. I've been building plastic models since I was like 4 years old. My dad pulled out a box of his old stuff and there it was. We literally built everything under the hood for the most part, except for the motor, blockheads, and valve covers. We built the intake, we built the intercooler, we built all the turbo plumbing. It's a 1965 base 427 single head camera reproduction motor that we happened to slap a set of twin turbos on, and it made almost 1,100 horsepower on 91 octane pump gas. And you know, it's a 64 Galaxie, so there's a huge amount of room under the hood, but yet we ran out of real estate and had to put the oil tank for the dry sump behind the passenger seat. About the only real stipulation on the car was he wanted the teardrop hood for the throwback to the 60s. And we did the turbos on the inner headlights as a tribute to that also, where they used to have the cold air intakes for the lightweight cars, basically. On the bumpers, we tucked and narrowed them a little bit. We opened the front bumper up for the intercooler to allow some more air through it. And just a bunch of subtle little stuff that doesn't take away from the lines of the car that Ford had, basically. Actually, the car rides on JRI hydraulic coilovers, which is a pretty cool deal. They use them on the new Ferraris and Lamborghinis and whatnot in the front so they can pick them up to clear the splitter. So the car actually comes up about 2.5 inches for ride height, and it still uses a coil spring, so it's still a good ride, tunable, but it gives you the ability to lower it down from the look and the stance when you show it somewhere or park it. Started out in my mom's garage, as most people do, and a buddy of mine had a small shop and said, hey, there's a shop next door to me that's coming up available, it'd be kind of cool. Go down there and check it out. It's a 1,200 square foot shop. And I started out that as just a hobby shop. Well, I did parts for 15 years before I started my shop full time. And it gave me a place to work on my own stuff and tinker and whatnot. Well, it was set up pretty well, so when my boss finally pissed me off, I said enough of this and went out and did my own thing and walked right into a full functioning type of deal. And 15 years later now, I'm in 12,000 square feet with 10 employees and kind of sort of living the dream somewhat. I mean, there are headaches and, you know, they go with it, but I can't complain too loudly.